Okay. I guess this is working. So we're testing out the new Elgato Facecam, right? Messing around with the settings. I don't have enough light, so it's a little grainy, right? But the audio should be better and the video quality should be much better than before, right? But I do need to buy some more lights. My ISO is not nearly where it should be. From what I learned, you need, if you have 60 frames a second, your ISO should be like double that, like 120. My ISO is like way up in like 600. So this is a test, right? I got a PNY 2 terabyte internal SSD for not the streaming computer, but the one called Premiere, right? The one I do all my video editing on, because I'm out of space, right? So why did I get a SSD, right? And why didn't I get like an M.2 or a mechanical drive? See, if I had a choice, right, which I do, right, you want to have your data on 2 separate devices on 2 different types of media, right? I have a mechanical spinny 1 terabyte hard drive in there, and it's full, right, from a year and a half of making YouTube. So I'm doubling it to 2. I went with an SSD rather than a mechanical drive because they're cheap as balls right now, right? 2 terabyte drives, you can find SSDs and M.2s for 60, 70 bucks, like all day, every day right now. Because how these work is they use 4 little memory chips, right? And in each of these drives and in each of the M.2s. And right now there's an oversupply of 512 megabytes of M.2 chips. So sticking 4 of them on makes 2 terabytes. So right now 2 terabytes is the sweet spot. I would back in the day say you want to use a mechanical drive for long-term storage and data backup. But in this day and age now, after using a computer for like 36 years, it's changed, right? I go through so much data that I can, instead of trying to keep one hard drive with all of my information, what I've done is I've made all my important data I have in duplicate on 2 separate machines. On this one, I have an M.2 drive that's a terabyte, and I don't really have anything else going on with this. It just captures video right now. So I've been using its C drive as the backup drive. You never want to do that if you have a choice, right? On that one, I have a 512 M.2, and then I have a 1 terabyte like mechanical drive. I'm upgrading now to this SSD instead of a mechanical drive because 1, it's super cheap, and 2, I'm no longer worried about it. Like, the reason why I used to be worried about it is because there's only like 1 million reads and writes, which sounds like a lot, but like technically it's really not, before the drives die. But I now keep my data on 2 separate computers, right? And I'm going to buy hard drives that will enable me to save what I need to save for a couple years, but not longer than that, so that I keep upgrading my hard drives to bigger capacities, and then I don't have to worry about the rewrites, and then I don't have to worry about losing data because I'm going to have it on at least two computers, right? Every time I have a desktop computer and I add a desktop computer, they're all just going to have a drive on there with the stuff I want to save, right? I would use an M.2 in that one just because like they're faster and they're newer and all that. But I don't have 2 M.2 slots on that computer. I just have 1. So I can only use a mechanical or I can use this SSD. So I chose this. This is 5 times faster than the mechanical one that's in there. This one's also out of space, right? Because it's backing up everything that's on there. So they run out of space at the same time. But this has an M.2 drive, right? So next month, because I'm out of money because I bought the Facecam, right? I'm going to buy a 2 terabyte M.2 drive for this one. And I'm not going to take anything out. It has its C drive. I'm going to make a D drive with an M.2, and then it's going to be the backup, right? So I'm going to have a mechanical drive still that I'm going to keep in there. That's 1 terabyte. I'm going to download all the pictures of my late wife and all of my Google Photos because it's full, and I'm going to store them on that 1 terabyte. I'm going to leave it in there. I'm going to add this 2 terabyte, right? And I'm going to copy over the terabyte of shorts files and video files and stuff like that. And then I'm going to have a terabyte free. Then next month, I'm going to put a 2 terabyte M.2 in this because this is like 3 or 4 M.2 slots. I think 4, right? And I'm going to put an M.2 in there, and then we're going to copy everything over to this one. And what it is on the first of the month, I take all the shorts and all the videos that I made for the month, and I create a folder called like August 2023 or whatever. And then I shove them all in there, and then on the first of the month, after I'm done organizing and putting them in their own little folder, I then copy that folder over here so that if anything ever happens, at least I only lost, you know, whatever I've been working on that month and nothing before. And so I'm going to have a mechanical, a SATA, and then an M.2. And I'm going to have all my important YouTube stuff on a SATA and an M.2. Both brand new, both name brands, right? I really like Crucial. I have a Crucial drive in here. I like PNY. I've used PNY drives for a long time. My first USB stick was a PNY drive back in 2004. So, yeah. Let's take this out of the box, right? It should just look like a regular laptop hard drive. I didn't bring a knife. Yeah. Oh well. I guess we'll open it forcefully. Cause fuck it, right? Why not? So, yeah, this is pretty much inside, just like in what would look like an M.2, kind of. Like it's just a circuit board with it. Man, it's super light, right? So this is 2 terabytes. This is the largest hard drive I've ever bought, right? And it was cheap. This was like $67. Like, it's ridiculous how cheap 2 terabyte drives are right now. So that's the plan, right? And then I've never streamed through the PC before. I've always used the phone. So I'm using the OBS to run the stream. And I'm going to check and see if this worked. Hopefully the sound is really good. Hopefully you can hear me well. And it's an upgrade compared to what I've been doing. And I already know that it'll look better with more light, right? Because I opened the windows and let some sunlight in. It messed up the color balance, but it went to show that it's not as grainy. Like, to me, this looked grainy here. So I think I'll be able to fix that with a bunch of light. I'm just going to flood this room with light and see what happens. But thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what do you think of the video quality, the audio quality. If you've watched the previous ones, the playlist at the end of the video, right, will be like right here, right, will be one called creating a VR studio or creating a YouTube studio or something like that, right? You'll be able to see all the stuff that we bought so far and got to this point. And then I'm starting my other channel, Love of Creating, soon. I'm going to wait till I get lights. So, yeah. I might make another live video here and stream something on Love Electronics between now and when I get some lights. But I'm going to hold off on the other channel until I get, you know, it perfect. But, thanks for watching. Hopefully this worked. I'm going to find out. Let me hit stop and see what happens. You got to get good at this. Oh, yeah, the microphone comes with it. So y'all should be able to hear. Let's see. Stop.